Madam Chair, distinguished Excellencies, let me start by expressing my warmest thanks to Morocco for hosting this important event in this beautiful and historical city of Marrakesh. I would like also to express my thanks to the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mir Gutierrez, for his wise, courageous and visionary works, but also to our good friend, Mrs. Louise Arbour, for organizing not only today's conference, but pushing this entire process forward. I know it was not easy for her. For me, it is an honor to represent here the European Union in this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, in our globalized world, human mobility can only be addressed effectively by the international community as a whole. It is a global phenomenon that requires global solutions. Building strong and resilient partnerships with countries of origin, transit and destination to address migration challenges is a key element for the European Union's comprehensive migration policy. The objective of the European Union is to prevent uncontrolled migration flows while continuing to work towards a better management of global migration and mobility. In this respect, we all know that not a single country, nor a region such as Europe, can address migratory challenges alone. The added value of the Global Compact is to create a cooperative framework for all states to manage migration together. It offers an unprecedented and unique framework to share responsibility for improving global migration management in full respect of the sovereignty of its state. The European Union is already implementing many actions contained in this compact through the comprehensive migration policy it has put in place over the past few years. Notably, we have supported actions in and outside Europe to first protect the human rights of all migrants, with particular attention to children and the most vulnerable groups, to address the root causes of irregular migration, to break the business model of smugglers and traffickers, to better manage borders, to facilitate effective return and readmission, and support sustainable reintegration. And finally, to create the conditions for legal pathways. Of course, we also know that better managing migration and mobility requires action beyond the measures listed in this Global Compact. There is notably a strong link between migration and development, and between this compact and the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The Trust Fund for Africa, through which we have mobilized 4 billion euros, is a good example of this link. Among other priorities, it has allowed to finance projects to address the root causes of irregular migration and to help to ensure the successful socio-economic reintegration of returning migrants in their countries of origin or transit. More generally, we see migration in a broader context, whereby Europe forges equal and strong partnerships to deepen economic relations and to boost investments and jobs. The new Euro-African Alliance for Sustainable Investments and Jobs, presented by the European Commission in September, is a good example of the European Union's commitment to bring our partnerships to a higher level, with the ambitious objective of creating 10 million jobs in Africa in the next 5 years. Ladies and gentlemen, migration, we all know, is an important challenge for all of us, and that's why we're here. The European Union will continue working closely with the United Nations, with all bodies and with all of you, to better manage it at a global level. We all know that we live